Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, people. We got to get into it. This is what we're here today talking about. This is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens when you get crazy and you decide, you know what, my Les Paul needs to look like a rock machine and a car. So we're here to talk about this disgusting Epiphone in this beautiful metallic blue. Let's start with the basics of it. What's in this thing? I'll tell you what's in this thing. Seymour Duncan's in zebra. Very nice. I found this ditty off somebody who did all the hard work for me, so this is beautiful. I'll do a little bit more research. If you look on the bottom there, this is the artist who actually, this is hand painted onto this guitar. So this is all custom, one of a kind, with his initials down there, done in 2017. Beautiful. Looks very nice. This is one of those weird things where this is actually a China-made, not my favorite model of Les Paul, but nonetheless a Les Paul. And I mostly got this one because it's a one-of-a-kind. You're not going to find anything like this. Of course, we had to switch out the pickups. These Chinese ones, especially from, I don't know, late 2000s to almost 2020, are not my favorite. They're just a little bit weak, a little muddy, excessively muddy, don't have great tone. They'll work if you want a cheap way in, and we'll talk a little bit more about those, but this is those kind of middle years made in China are my least favorite. I don't like the shape of the neck. They're kind of like interesting. They're really kind of flat, like a pancake, which I know they're going for kind of that thin feel. But in my hands, I like a little bit more of a D shape or a C shape. These flat ones I don't really like. I know some people do like it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Of course, we're going with the tops that I love. I really like these hat tops. They're just beautiful, and they look more vintage. It's amazing. This one rarely comes out, though. I keep it in the case because I haven't figured out how to reserve this paint yet. Because I really don't, you can feel it, the texture on it. You can literally almost just scratch it off, so I want to be careful with it. But I'll hang it on a wall one day, I guess. Probably something like that. She's quite disgusting. So before we get too far into it, let's get some tones. I should mention, it's aged really well, though. I don't know if you can get this binding in there, but this binding is like turning yellow almost. Just on the age of it. I'll look up the year and I'll make sure I post it in there. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's just kind of crazy. But I like her. Really nice. Rosewood fretboard. All mahogany body. Disgusting. Especially when the first thing I usually do when I get these pickup or these Chinese ones, I just change the pickups immediately. Especially if you want like a specific sound or something specific you're trying to get into. That's usually the first thing I do. But this thing is clean through and through. I mean, you flip this over, there's not a dent in the fender. Get it? In this bad boy. I mean, just really interesting. I don't know if you can catch the way the light hits this neck, but literally it's like flat. There's literally parts on it that look completely flat, which is kind of interesting to me. But anyways, let's get into some tone, shall we? Let's get into some rock and roll. Let's crank her up. Of course, we're running through the Fender GT100, folks, and we're letting it rip. We're going to start off down here on the treble. Just get that real crisp rock sound. Something about that open E that's nasty. That E minor. Into that D-A, give it to me. Literally the AC/DC sound, right? That A, D, E minor, that... Oh. Something. Oh. Just playing it backwards. Oh. You know what I'm talking about. I can't play too much of it because of the copyright, but you know what I'm talking about. Going up to the cream on it. Nice. Disgusting. Anyways, come back and join us, folks, so we can get after it. You Les Paul lovers out there, have fun.